Alysia! He's better not be playing that Pokemon!
Ah, the 90s, when playground status was decided on how many shiny Pikachu cards you owned, or how far away you were from filling up all 151 spaces on your Pokédex. Fast forward 2 decades and Pokemon is celebrating its 20th birthday. But we've been thinking, the low-res landscape we spent our childhoods exploring was actually a pretty twisted place, not least of which because... issues, more just one big issue. They don't have a dad at all. The theory goes online that there was a huge war that decimated the male population of Kanto. Children have now been left without any father figure, or worse still, they've been left with Ash's mum. Goodbye, she tells her 10-year-old. All boys leave home one day, it said so on TV. Solid parenting right there. Ash, realising that his mother does not fully comprehend that her 10-year-old is now walking out the door with a proverbial stick and spotted hanky on his shoulder, says, "All right, Mum, I'm leaving and I don't know when I'll ever return." His mother looks up with dawning realisation in her eyes, tears streaming down her cheeks, and says, "Oh, sorry, love, I wasn't really listening." Thus, the umbilical cord is unceremoniously severed and Ash goes out into a world inhabited by dragons, tentacles that breathe poison spores in your face, and all other manner of things. Did I mention he's 10? Heading into the dark forest at the edge of Pallet Town, Ash draws a deep breath and takes his first steps into the big wide world. Glancing back for one final time, he sees an old man approaching through the trees. In an urgent voice, the man begs Ash to come to the basement of his laboratory to look at his balls and decide which one is best. Ash agrees to this proposition. It soon becomes clear that Professor Oak has been performing experiments on small animals, and he wants to share one with this young boy so that when he finally leaves, he will be protected from the deadly creatures and dangerous men of the wilds. He offers a lizard, a turtle, or a shrub. Now, if someone tries to jump Ash between here and the next town, he can unleash the fury of his bloodthirsty rhododendron. He meticulously categorises and collects small animals, painstakingly analysing their growth, their various attributes, and then he applies elemental types that have absolutely no basis in science. He then travels from town to town, squeezing every creature he stumbles upon, regardless of whether it's a 30-foot-high snake made of boulders, into a plastic palm-sized sphere where they are trapped for days at a time without food, water, or company. When confronted about this, his reply is inevitably a wild shriek of, "Gotta catch them all!" Whether they're carting off ancient fossils, running giant casinos, or desecrating Pokemon graves, one thing is clear. Criminals and terrorist organisations run Kanto. Did you ever once see a police officer chasing Team Rocket? No, the Pokemon universe is the Wild West, but with mice that fire off 5,000 volts of electricity and catchy music that plays when you walk through long grass. The whole place is run by a giant single corporation who gains wealth by exploiting small vulnerable animals. The only people who will stop them are gyms run by teenagers. Even the country's village dedicated to burial and mourning, Lavender Town, has not a single police officer in sight. Instead, nutters accost passing children on bicycles before attacking them with Pokemon so horrifying one of them is actually called Ghastly. But that's not even the most horrific part of the story. No, it actually gets worse, because its cries sound like human speech, however it is impossible to work out what it's trying to say. It speaks a language similar to that of humans, however it seems to use dancing to communicate. Enough said.